What's going on, y'all? My name is Sebastian Broche. I'm a journalism student here at UF. And welcome to the first episode of, I actually don't know what I'm calling this. But anyways, a little bit about me. I'm a journalism student. And a lot of people, when I tell them that, they assume that I'm studying journalism at UF because I wasn't good at STEM or business, which is like the two main things that it's known for. And it's partially true, but a lot of it is because I'm really good at two things, Premiere Pro and After Effects. So I wanted to kind of use that to prove people wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I want to show them I can do just as much as these STEM people can do. What's it called? I'm studying engineering, or I'm studying biomedical, whatever. We're just as capable, if not more. So I'm here to prove that I know stuff. Basically, what this series is going to be about is you guys can drop in the comments a course that you're struggling with or a subject that you're having a hard time with. Right now, we have something with chemistry. I asked on Instagram, what are some courses that you guys are having troubles with or some subjects? A big response was chemistry. So a lot of y'all cannot do chemistry. I passed chemistry with a B. I'm just gonna type it into ChatGPT to basically dumb it down, and we're gonna make a cool little video out of it. Hey there, Science Squad. Yeah, we're not starting this like this. We're skipping that part. So today we're gonna be covering entropy and enthalpy. Enthalpy, entropy, and enthalpy. Entropy and enthalpy. Let's start with entropy. Imagine your bedroom. If you leave it alone, does it magically stay clean? Nope, it usually gets messier. That's entropy. A fancy way to say that things in science, entropy is about how spread out or random energy is. More spread out equals more entropy. It's like nature loves a good mess. So when ice melts into water, the molecules go from being stuck in place to bouncing around. That's more disorder equals higher entropy. Y'all following? All right, yeah, just making sure. Now let's talk about enthalpy. It's all about heat energy. Think of enthalpy as the heat a substance holds. When you roast a marshmallow, the fire gives off heat. That's enthalpy being released. Sometimes reactions take in heat, like ice melting, and sometimes they give off heat, like fire burning. Enthalpy equals heat. If it's positive, it's taking in heat. If it's negative, it's giving off heat. So here's the deal. Nature is like a lazy teenager. It wants high entropy and low enthalpy. But life's not always perfect. Sometimes a process will increase entropy, but also need heat. Or it might release heat, but decrease entropy, aka freezing water. Scientists use both entropy and enthalpy to figure out if something will happen on its own or if it needs a push. Melting chocolate, more entropy or less? More. If you're a chem student and you didn't answer that, you should be ashamed of yourself, because I did it by myself. Fireworks exploding. Heat released or absorbed? So we're gonna go into a bit of a formula here. This just says delta get, that says change in G equals, now let's go back to the formula. Change in G equals change in H minus T change in S. So change in G would be spontaneity, like a lightning, we're gonna make that like a lightning bolt or something. Change in H, so change in heat would be like flame. We can make that a flame. Yeah, let's make that a flame. And then T, we're gonna make that a thermometer. And then change in S, let's make that a swirling cloud or messy room. Okay, so change in G is Gibbs free energy. So what it means is the energy available to do work. Can this reaction happen on its own? If change in G is less than 0, the process is spontaneous, aka it happens by itself. If the change in G is greater than 0, the process is non-spontaneous and it needs a push. Y'all following? Change in H is the change in enthalpy. What it means is the heat absorbed or released during a process. If change in H is less than 0, it's exothermic, meaning it gives off heat, fire, explosions, all that stuff. If change in H is greater than 0, it's endothermic. So it takes in heat. This would be like melting ice or boiling water. T is just temperature. It's measured in Kelvin in this equation. It affects how much entropy matters. So higher T equals entropy has more influence on the outcome. Change in S is change in entropy, not enthalpy. So what it means is change in disorder or randomness. If change in S is greater than 0, it means more disorder, melting, mixing, exploding. If change in S is less than 0, it's less disorder, freezing, condensing, tidying up. So the energy to get stuff done, change in G, depends on the heat involved, change in H, and how messy things get, change in S, multiplied by how hot it is, T. And then it's telling y'all to hit that like button, subscribe. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna try to make one of these a week-ish. I don't know how much I'll be able to keep up with that. Make sure you guys drop in the comments what course or material you wanna see next, and I'll be sure to get to it. Thanks, guys.